said, boy, do you maybe want to dance with me? Looks like you could use a little company. I could turn your night around. How does that sound? And I said, good, real dang good. Yeah, 'cause that night didn't feel right till I saw her pretty face. We were dancing, it was crazy. I felt like a new man, babe.
Okay. Hey guys, I got caught up in the song. I can't help it because it's just real dang good. But let me bring in our guest because I'm so happy he's here. Rayne Johnson. I'm so excited that you're here.
No, we're excited to be here. This is my cohort, Joe Jordan. He's a songwriter friend of mine, does a lot of writing. He's playing guitar for me today, so I wanted to make sure I introduced him, you know.
Well, cheers. Look, see, I knew somebody'd have coffee with me this morning, Joe. Are you have coffee? All right. Yeah. All right. Every time I've seen you, I don't know that it's necessarily coffee.
Well, I mean, I do have a Yeti here. I mean,
it could be anything.
Coffee and Kahlua. It could be, you know, I don't know.
Could be.
So let me ask you something first. I know we're here to talk about music and stuff, but it looks like that you're probably like, are you on like it used to be a front porch that's like now like screened in or like because that looks like a place that I would want to be.
I am in a sunroom. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm at my parents. Normally we are in an RV full-time traveling across the country.
Wow.
But since the whole pandemic thing, we have been staying with my parents who live in a patio home. And so on the back, they have a nice sunroom, and I've taken it over as my office. So yes, I mean, and this is not even a real window.
Oh, really?
No, it's not a real window.
That's awesome.
But yes,
so you're saying you have the fan that I see in the window is actually a fan that's over top of you on the porch.
Yeah, the fan is
right there. It looks like it's a window with a fan inside.
Yeah, no, and then it was raining and pouring all day.
Huh?
2 of them now. I don't mean there's a lot you can do with that. It seriously was. I was sitting here getting ready and I was like, what is it? It's raining and there's a rainbow. And I'm like, okay, I got a rainbow because Rayne Johnson's coming on.
I love it.
In all seriousness, the first time I met you and saw a show was February 2019.
Okay.
At Baxter's here in Louisville. You were playing Jimmy Allen for the Q103 show.
Yes.
So, and here I'm going to tell you, along with your songs and your personality, here's the one thing that has always stuck with me about you. And one of the biggest reasons I love you so much. I was there for the radio station that night taking photos. So I did your meet and greet photos.
Okay.
And then I sent them all to you, but I didn't send mine because I just took mine because you know, I wanted to have it, not because it needed. And you messaged me back and said, "Where's yours?"
I remember that. I do remember that.
I'm like, here it is. But that was so cool because it wasn't, you didn't just care. You just care about your fans and the people that you meet. And so how's that been for you with all the success behind Laid Back and Front Seat and now coming up on Real Dang Good?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, and I feel like I sometimes say it a lot, and hopefully it doesn't get too like repetitive or whatever. But no matter what the journey is, no matter what we're doing, and most of the people in the camp are the same kind of way. I don't care if it's a meet and greet with 10 people or if it's a show full of people. It's about relationships and who you meet. Right. I mean, you may talk to that person for that one time for 30 seconds, or you may meet someone that you have something in common with and you exchange your number and you go hunt together or something like that and you have a friendship or whatever. But those 30 seconds are a time that you can be positive and impact someone's life and build a relationship, whether it's only that 30-second relationship that you had. So I don't take that stuff for granted. Am I always in a great mood? I wouldn't say that I always am. I can be grumpy.
I mean, you're human.
But I try to be positive, try to have fun. I mean, and when you're out doing that kind of stuff, like the situation you're talking about, it's like how more fortunate and grateful could I be to just do that and have fun and talk to people. And even if they're not there to see me, if they're there to see Jimmy Allen, it's my opportunity to introduce myself to them and say, here you go, whether it's on the stage or whether it's you and I, you taking pictures and me keeping on and seeing you the whole evening and being like, hey, you know, so who knew that we would be talking right now?
Well, you know, and I had messaged Mark from your record label shortly after the show, and we were both like, okay, we're going to arrange an interview, and then life happens,
Right?
And then you and I've sent you messages on Instagram and Messenger because we are friends on Facebook, and have
I done a decent job at getting back to you on those?
Yes, you really have.
I try to.
Yeah, you really have. And then you were like, hey, reach out to, and you gave me the email to reach out to, and so I did, and that was pleasant because I knew them from some other things, so it all worked out. And I said, I've been trying. I was telling Mark, my better half, I'm like, I've been trying to get this interview for 2 years, and he's finally going to be on. And that's the only reason I'm up this early to do an interview.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's funny because that is sort of a new thing that I've started doing. Like, I've always tried to take care of that stuff, and I still answer messages like crazy. I still try to answer, even if it's even if it's a question like, hey, can you come on? But now I'm having to be like, because I can't schedule it because like now I'm organized to a degree, and my degree of organization is look at the calendar and see what's on it. So I'm like, you're literally like probably the last 2 weeks I started saying to people, and I felt terrible about it. I'm like, hey, do you care to message? Do you care to message them? Because I can't. I'm always making fun of myself. Like, if I do it, it's probably never going to happen. So please message them.
No, and I totally get that. Look, and anybody on any side of this business will tell you, and I mean, I'm sure you've heard it. That's a good thing. It's a good thing that you can't keep up with all of that. I want to point out real quick because he's on here, and I've got his comment up here. Joshua Scales, he's a police officer out of North Carolina. So I wanted to make sure we give him a shout out because he's
the one. So that's his comment. What's up, right? What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Because he is one of the TikTok famous cops. Him and Officer Udi.
Which what I might know. Which I'll have to look that up later and see.
Okay, so
There's a couple that I've seen.
Yeah, well, Officer Udi and Officer Scales. Those are Officer Scales. That's what his name is on.
What's up, Josh? Well, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out. And make sure, I guarantee you, I've probably seen him before.
I guarantee you have, because they do this whole. They're the greatest people. Trying to humanize the badge some too. So I really had. So be safe today, Joshua, and we love you. And
right, man. Thank you so much, man.
Make sure you check out Rayne and get all these songs that we're getting ready to talk about. We've got other people in here saying hi, so I'm just and then we have Melissa, Missy.
What's up, Justin? What's up, Melissa? Hey, guys.
From Center Stage Magazine here.
Very cool.
She's addicted to Front Seat. Okay, so let's just jump in and talk about Front Seat real quick.
Yeah.
This is not just a love song, but it is everything a love song should be and more, because it's not just, hey, I love you and I want you to be mine. It's no matter who you're with, this is what you deserve. So for me, the song has always kind of hit me as a song that maybe encourages women that are not in a great relationship to take a look at that and realize that they do deserve better. They don't have to sit in the back seat. So I want to hear your take on that too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny how stuff happens. When this song was going out, it was by no means did we think, it wasn't one of those ones where we were like, this is the one, it's going to do great, and then it started to get traction. And then whenever it started getting played a lot, I would get those messages. I would get messages that would say, it would be like, my husband or my boyfriend treats me just like that. They put me first. That, you would get those. And then you would get the messages as well that were like, hey, and they would always start out, I'm not trying to be negative or Debbie Downer, but I hope you know that this song has really made me evaluate my life, or I was in a past relationship that made me feel that I wasn't worthy of being treated that way or whatever. And they would say that this song's encouraged me to, like you said, reevaluate either my relationship or reevaluate myself as a person, that I do deserve that. I do deserve to be treated. And for me, through this whole process, the song is somewhat specific, but it also transfers over to so many other things. It makes you think about, even down to the, like, when you're walking into the post office and there's a lady that is going right by you or whatever, why not open the door for them? Why not?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it to me, it's turned in, it wasn't purposely, but it's turned into that because I've heard those stories. That's how I've tried to teach my boys to be and be respectful of women, you know, no matter what, whether you know them, whether you don't know them, whatever it may be. And Joe, I think, wrote the song in that more of a love aspect of this is how I feel about my wife. And
Right.
There's a whole story behind it of how he saw someone in a car and they were in the back seat. We don't know who it was or whatever. So
Right.
it wasn't written with those intentions, really. It was just written, like you said, you know, to say, hey, you belong in the front seat. In life, it's specific down to a
Right.
vehicle ride, but it's like
Right.
in the things that you do, it doesn't even matter if you're a female. You know what I mean? You got to
Right.
know your worth and try to be like, I deserve that or I deserve better. And it's cool that song, even though it is in a lane, that it's really like gotten broad and touched a lot of people, you know?
Well, I think that is a testament to great songwriting.
I agree.
And one of those things that country music does do really well is tell a story, but it also it can open it up to that song meaning so much more. But it's also the delivery of that, because you can have the greatest song in the world, but if you can't give it to us that way, then it's not going to resonate. So it takes a team. But thank you both for that song. Just for myself, on top of for every woman out there and man, because maybe somebody hears it and thinks, maybe I should hold her hand more or open that door. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
And guys,
TikTok was like that. There was a lot of TikToks that were, I didn't even know it was so as big as it was on TikTok because that all happened like right when the TikTok thing hit. And then I started looking for it and I was like, holy cow. But, and there's probably, there's 5 times as many guys on there, like guys I would have never thought that would do. I mean, there's guys with big scruffy beards, you know, and they're like, you belong in the front. I'm like, that's incredible. You know what I mean?
Well, and TikTok has, you know, I'm one of the adults on TikTok.
Aren't we all?
That came in on the quarantine at the beginning and, you know, kind of took it over from the kids. But it has become such a stress reliever or positivity place, or somewhere you can just you don't have to read a whole long post about something. You can just see 60 seconds or 15 seconds of a clip that may make you laugh or bring a song to your attention. So it's been great. Okay, let's talk about the new one coming out, Real Dang Good. I mean, it's out October 7th. It's real dang good. So tell us the story behind this one when you first heard it.
I'm really excited about it just because it shows and you've got to meet me, you know, and you get to see a show. And right now it's like with the whole way that everything's going, that's kind of taken away, you know, doing live stuff is kind of taking a seat for a little while. And this song is fun and exciting. You know, it starts out with a guy, you kind of being bummed out, like not having the greatest time in the world. He's having a rough time, which we all have, you know what I mean? So what better way to cure that than to go out and have a good night and a night that you're not even looking for, you know? And I'm sure people probably think of it in all different aspects, but it's like, what guy wouldn't want to be sitting at a bar sulking in his misery? Like, man, it's been such a bad week. I'm just and some chick come up to him and be like, hey, you look like you're having a bad night. You want to dance? You know? And you're like, not really, because I don't really like to dance, but you're really good looking, and why not? You know. So I mean, I think it's just fun and exciting, and I'm excited to show that side of me, especially right now because a lot of people just know front seat. I mean, they do know Laid Back in those songs, but even if you look at the numbers on Spotify or whatever, which most people probably don't pay attention to, but when I look at it, most people know Rayne Johnson and they know Front Seat. You know, that's the face and the name kind of with that. So, and that's wonderful. I have no complaints at all, but it's cool because I know how I am about artists that I like to hear. I want to hear more. I want to hear something else. What all do they have to offer? And that kind of segues into the EP as well. It's just, I'm excited about this new single and all these new songs that everyone's going to get to hear, you know?
I mean, this EP, it's
not 9 songs. It's not really an EP.
Right. It isn't. I kept going. Okay, well, maybe they double sent me songs. Really? We get that one too. We get that one too. I was so happy
I'm glad
about it.
that was your reaction, because that's what we were. That was the general consensus at the end of it.
It was like it was like bonus songs, or it was so good. It was real dang good. But
Melissa said, "Love how happy you are today." Is she talking about you?
I don't. Maybe she is talking about me.
You all are today. Okay.
It's the coffee.
It's coffee. I was going to say it's coffee. We've been having coffee, bro.
You know what it is? It's coffee and great conversation. Yeah, that's what it is.
No kidding, yeah.
But some of these songs on there now, everybody's going to get. I'm not going to give away all of them. I mean, obviously,
you can talk about whatever you want. It's coming next week, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. So October 30th.
Yep.
It releases. And everybody should either go pre-order it or have it. You can get it on all digital outlets.
Yep.
You can get a teaser on your Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
But I mean, Laid Back, Front Seat, Real Dang Good are on there. But you've also given us Love 'Em While You Can, which
I knew she was gonna like that one.
I can't even. I'm a mom of two, a boy and a girl, and well, I'm just female and I'm an emotional, and usually somebody's telling me to get Kleenexes and the thing, because I'll just I don't even know why it bothers them.
I hear you.
And I had not heard that whole version, the whole song. I'd caught snippets of it, and then when I got the EP, I listened and listened and listened. It's so good. So tell us about that one, because I think that one's really timely.
Well, that song's got some really cool meaning behind it in several ways. So, Joe, you wrote that about you call her your meme? Is that what you did?
French.
He calls her his meme. So that's his.
Look, no, Joe. I can't even look at you.
It would have been his grandma. And you want to tell a little bit about that? Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole side to his story, mine here.
Right, and which is so cool about that song.
Mark kept telling me we need like a good life song that just like really touches people's hearts. And I was like, you can't just write that from nowhere. And he was bugging me for months, and I was writing other stuff. And, my meme had passed away, my grandmother, who I hold very, very close and dear to my heart. And I was in church. It was a week after she had passed. And the pastor had said something about, like, you take this time and appreciate people while you can. And I was like, oh. And then it came to me, and it just hit me, and I got teary-eyed. I was like, you got to love them. Like, love them.
He always does that. See, in conversation, somebody will say something that's not that big of a deal, and he'll get it.
And right away, I was like, well, that's the one. And yeah, pouring out tears. She was an alcoholic. She had a really hard time drinking. And that's the first part of the song. It talks about a grandfather, but it really, and then it just kind of, that's where the lyrics went. I wrote that for her. And then right after that, as Rayne's recording it, now this is a segue to his part of the story.
Yeah. So as soon as I started, I had heard the song, and we had it for a while. And that was my meaning for it. You know what I mean? I knew his story and everything. And then literally, while I'm in the studio, the track's done, and I start to record, I'm literally there to start putting my vocals on it. My mom actually calls and no, I take that back. I was getting ready to go to the studio that day to start recording the song. And my mom calls, and she's at the doctor, and they thought that they found something on her. So I called Mark and management. I said, hey, listen, I'm not going to be able to come in today. I want to go check on my mom, see how she's having a really hard time. So we didn't know anything was going on at that time. So then come to find out, she ends up having melanoma cancer, but it's like it's internal. So that for me was recording that song was right during the heart of that time, so that for me has the same thing. I was fortunate enough to know the song and be like, okay, now I need to apply this, because I don't know how long she's going to be here, because it was unfixable basically. And then it happened a year ago, last week was the anniversary, but last year, the day after she passed away was a cancer benefit that I was already booked to play. And my dad, and I'm an only child. So my dad was like, I told Dad, I said, listen, I'm going to go play the show, And he goes, well, I want to go with you. I'm going to go too. I called Mark, and I said, and he was talking to Jeff Stevens, one of the guys who was heading the event up. He's like, he's going to come and play. You know what I mean? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, because I'm not going to go home and sulk about it really. I mean, I think that, and my mom loved music. She was a wonderful singer. So it's like, I think no other way to honor her. And then they're like, you got to do Love 'Em While You Can. It'll be perfect for this event. And I'm like, no way.
I mean,
no way. I would have been a basket case. So it would have been so bad. I can tell you this, I'd say you're a pretty emotional guy when it comes to that stuff. It would have been so bad that I would have been crying so bad that he would have probably cried and not been able to play guitar. Like, it would have probably been really bad. But it may have been good, but it would have been bad.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't have been real dang good. It would have been okay. But I mean, you were coming to the event, so they don't need to push it.
Right.
Just saying,
they totally
okay,
understood. They
well,
were just like,
dig.
great if you could. And I'm like, it's not happening. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'm sure your mother felt very honored just knowing that you were there and doing what you love. And I'm sure that, I mean, I know as a mom that would see, I can't even, let's go on.
What about the next?
I didn't even meet your mom, but I love her and I can't.
Stop talking about it. And we'll go to the next thing.
Okay, let's go. 3.4 million views on Front Seat on the video on YouTube. I checked it this morning. And that's crazy numbers.
Right. It makes me cool. It makes me the coolest dad to my kids. I know that. They're like, Dad, you have 3 million songs on your song. I'm like, yeah, I do that. Most videos are like that.
Yeah. They're all like that. Just wait till the next one's hit. You do. I posted last night your rendition of the national anthem that you did from Memorial Day.
Yeah.
One, I felt it was appropriate because you were going to be on. Two, because the debate was on. And three, because of the state of this country right now.
Nice. I didn't even know you did that.
I did because, and what I said is, if this doesn't move you, yeah, something's wrong. Because I mean, and I've heard a lot of renditions of it. I mean, I think we all have.
Right.
Yours is so good.
Well, thank you.
And it's not even just that one. You have this ability with What Hurts the Most by Rascal Flatts, Tennessee Whiskey, all of the covers that you've done, even when you turned Raining on Sunday into Raining on Wednesday, Keith, even in that, I was like, is he golly, Ned, he sounds so good singing that song, even though it's talking about Wednesday, not Sunday.
It's like a parody.
Yeah, but that's okay. We've been talking about that all morning while it was raining and pouring here and the rainbow was up. Well, yes. Yeah. But then when I look, I'm not surprised because your influences are R&B and older country. So how is that for you? Do you take a different approach when it comes to a song like the national anthem versus Tennessee Whiskey? Or is there this sense of I have to do it perfect? Or what's that like?
I think on some songs I do have, like, I think that I definitely strive to say, I mean, this may sound a little bit arrogant. I don't mean it that way, but I don't think that you can do it unless you're thinking this way. I want to do a cover as good or better. Right. I mean, that's just the way I'm not saying that mine are better. I'm just saying that's my mentality. Has to be like, you can't do a cover of a song unless you're going to do it as good or better. And not everyone has that mentality.
Right.
And there's been times when I've tried to cover a song and been like, I don't sound good on this song. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it. Do I sing the notes right or whatever? Yes, but it's just the feeling's not there or whatever. So, I mean, for me, I just try to sing it. I would say if you asked me 10 years ago, I would probably almost sing it just like the person sings it, because that was just nature and that's how I was learning and whatever. Now I've learned that if I know a song well enough, and those songs that you've heard, those covers or whatever, those are some of my favorite songs that I've listened to a million times. So then when I have a track that's even different than the original, it allows me to kind of like naturally make it my own. I'm not even really trying to, it just happens, or somebody in the studio might say like, man, come on, you can riff on that line better than that, and that's happened before too, because doing country music, you can only, I'm not gonna say you can only get away with, but you try to only do that riffy stuff when it's relevant and try to, mix it in there at a good time. If I came on and just did every riff that I know and tried to release that, it probably wouldn't go over well. So there's times I try to hold back, but then other people are like, you need to do it on that one. That's a good line. Hit it.
Yeah.
Up. You know, so
Well, and have you ever seen any of the reaction videos to Chris Stapleton's version? Like on YouTube, there's all these reaction videos to.
Yes, I have.
So when I'm listening to your rendition of Tennessee Whiskey, I felt like I was on a reaction video because I was going, oh, there's that run, you know, there, and
Right.
oh, he got the high note, you know, and so I was thinking, I need to put this up to get reaction from people. So Missy wants to know who your go-to artist is when you need uplifting of any kind.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Can you tell she's an interviewer?
Can I give more than one?
Sure.
I would say I'll go back to like old school Keith Urban sometimes if I just want to feel good. You know, like I'm talking like probably I don't know. I'm not good at timelines. Probably 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, Keith Urban, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, how does that not make you feel good? You know what I mean?
Right.
So then now if you wanted to be like seriously uplifting, like if I'm having like a rough time or whatever, and I just need some and this band is I actually think that they're signed on a secular label and a Christian label, which is Need to Breathe. Like they have a lot, I mean, you may never even heard of them, but they're kind of like a Southern rock kind of, I don't know.
Like, you kind of froze up for a minute. Who is it?
Need to Breathe. So they're
yeah.
So they're like, they have great lyrics and it's totally like a different style of music, but they have a very, very, I don't know if they have spiritual background. So a lot of their songs have a lot of spiritual stuff in them. So if I'm needing like uplifting in that way, like just having a rough time and needing to kind of find myself or whatever, I'll flip on that. And then, yeah, if I want to feel sad, I listen to Adele. But I love to listen to it. Isn't that terrible? It's like
we all need to listen to some sad music sometimes. So now you can tell your kids if they're up on TikTok that Officer Scales downloaded your album.
Nice.
There we go.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Josh.
Hold on, wait, I'm gonna do this right now. Hold on. Don't think I'm being rude.
No, you're not.
We're gonna go on here right now. Let's see.
Let's
Let me see. Officer Scales. Let's do it. Oh.
This is the intermission music.
There we go. And it may be, I think it's Officer _ Scales. Did you find him?
I did. Followed. You don't have to follow me back, man. I know how TikTok is, but I'm following you. I'm getting it. I'm watching.
Yes, you do, Josh. Yes, you do.
So he's North Carolina?
Yes, North Carolina.
Very cool. Very cool. TikTok isn't my jam yet. I get on there and watch them all the time, and I'm trying to get better at it, but it's so hard to keep up.
Well, it is. I love it. And my better half's addicted to it. I said he needs like TikTok Anonymous because
I love getting on there. I just am terrible about making them. I've got to get better at that.
And he's not somebody that will. He's not very. He said he'll follow you back and reach out to you.
Oh my God, man! Thanks, man. That's awesome.
I'm glad you're taking over my interview, Scales.
Hey, you're the one clicking on. You're clicking and putting the comments on it.
I am. They have a great podcast, and if I didn't love those guys so much, then and believe in what they're doing, then they're great. So, but yeah, my better half doesn't even want to have a conversation usually with people, but he'll come back here and make TikToks, and I'm like, what are you doing?
That's
but
awesome.
It's great. It's great. Okay, so I'm going to give you a challenge real quick, and the challenge is: did you do any of the deep cuts? Did you do a deep cuts challenge when the quarantine kind of started? People started doing deep cut challenge, being either a B-side of an album of somebody's, any genre, any.
You mean like cover a song of a beat song? So okay, I did not.
Okay, then I'm going to challenge you.
Oh man.
If you had to choose a deep cut, one that people may not know or
Oh, I have to think of it right now.
No, you don't. It's okay.
Oh, you know what? I don't think, but that wasn't a B-side song. I don't think that was yeah.
I'm getting in trouble right now because I told about the TikTok. He's staring me down. He's on the other side.
He didn't give his handle away, so it's not. He can't be mad about it.
What am I mad about? What I'm in. I'm in so much trouble. Can we just stay on here all day?
Mark, don't be mad at her, okay?
Rayne says, "Don't be mad at me." Hang on. He never does this either.
Give him time. Yes, what's going on, man? This is like the best interview / time together ever.
If we're going to talk about him, then he wants to be in here. Okay, got it. Okay, I'll give you a pass on that on the deep cut. I tell you what, you could post it on TikTok.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just give you props and say that this is my deep cut.
Oh my gosh, Rayne Johnson tagging me on TikTok. My numbers would go up.
You should see my numbers. They're not that big, I promise.
Well, they will be now that you're following Scales and Scales following the back.
I'm gonna get Scales I'm gonna duet a video of his or something. Yeah. Maybe I'll get some followers.
Scales, you need to have Udi and all of the whole TikTok. There's this whole TikTok PD, and they're all like TikTok famous cops. It's hilarious.
I love it.
So anyway, can you do Real Dang Good for us? I know you can, but will you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the screen.
Let me get our guitar turned back up here. We'll get it going. Woo! Come on. It's Real Dang Good.
That whole week was hell on me at a bar with a band and an empty seat, trying to drink that whole week off of me. I had no way to up my down, knew Monday was rolling back around, but then she came and tapped me on my shoulder. And she said, boy, do you maybe want to dance with me? Looks like you could use a little company. I could turn your night around. How does that sound? And I said, good, real dang good. Yeah, 'cause that night didn't feel right till I saw her pretty face. We were dancing, it was crazy. I felt like a new man, baby. That night was looking bad till I saw her. But it got good, real dang good. Come on. Yeah, the band sounded better when she sang along. My feeling blue was getting gone, and the room lit up every time she smiled at me. She pulled my arm right out the back door, had no idea where we were headed for. But hell, I'd follow her all the way to Jackson. She said, boy, do you want to get out of here? I'm getting tired of the atmosphere. You could pull your truck around. How does that sound? And I said, good, real dang good. Yeah, 'cause that night didn't feel right till I saw her pretty face. We were dancing, it was crazy. I felt like a new man, baby. That night was looking bad till I saw her. But it got good, real dang good. Oh, yeah, gonna be real dang good. Oh, yeah, gonna be real dang good. Yeah, we both know I really want to take you home. Or we could ride till the road runs out. How does that sound? Yeah, how does that sound? She said, good, real dang good. Yeah, drive us to Vegas and we'll leave this town behind. Now we're laughing and it's crazy. I'll go anywhere you wanna go, baby. Girl, I know whatever I do, if I do it with you, said it's gonna be good, real dang good. Oh, yeah, gonna be real dang good. Oh, yeah, gonna be real dang good.
Woo! That was real dang good. Do you ever mess up? Because I do sometimes when I go real damn good. It's just real damn good.
That's okay.
It is so. It really is. And I mean, it is a great play on words too. But it is I love the energy. I love the lyrics. I love the feel of it because you're right. It is a feel good song that I think
thank you so much.
everybody can relate to. But I think out of these 9 songs that are on this EP, there are so many feel good songs.
I agree.
I mean, the only one that you could even consider a downer, so to speak, is Love 'Em While You Can. But it's still an uplifting song, you know, reminding people don't wait. Just make sure you tell somebody how you feel. So
yeah, that's what I'm happy about. Both of the like so-called ballads on there being Front Seat and Love 'Em While You Can. They're both still have that positive. You can take something positive away from it. You know what I mean? So that's also a great thing too, you know?
Yeah, they really do. So I'm not gonna waste another day. I love you, Rayne Johnson.
Thank you.
I love you, Joe.
You too.
I love these. I love the songs. I love everything. I just love all the positivity too. So I'm gonna be now. You remember when you get TikTok famous that Josh, you know, was in here on this interview.
Oh yeah,
so
I'm gonna remember. I try to be good at remembering stuff.
You are actually really good at it.
My memory bank may fill up and I'm going to be in big trouble. But right now I may need to be a little reminded about something, but then I'll be like, I remember. I do. You know,
by then we'll have external hard drives to put our memories in.
True,
and
just like a USB coming out of our ear or something.
No telling what they're going to get for us. But you'll make sure you check out Rayne Johnson and go to the website, RayneJohnson.com. The new single, Real Dang Good, came out October 7th. It's available now. Everywhere music is sold. And look, I tell people this because I know everybody's kind of struggling right now with finances and not kind of knowing where their next dollar's coming from to maybe buy a single. But go to Spotify and stream it because he still gets
everything. Yes,
everything counts.
Yep.
So if you can't afford to buy the single right now, no pressure. That's okay. Go and stream it. Go to YouTube and stream it. It's on all platforms. There's lyric video up right now too. The 9-song EP, which technically isn't an EP in my opinion, but that's okay. I will always take more than less any day.
That's what I was thinking too. I think people will appreciate it, you know?
Yeah. That comes out on October 30th and it's self-titled. So Rayne Johnson EP, and you all are going to love this EP. If you love music at all, you're going to love this. You don't have to just be a country fan. It's true. It is true. I mean, good.
So like easy going, but like yet really prepared. Like you have all the dates. You're not being like, so when's it coming out? You know, you're saying all these things. I love it. It's awesome.
Well, I will give a plug to Missy because I used to work with her at her magazine. So she gave me a lot of good skills.
I like it.
Then I do a lot of, I do some research. I do have a couple notes over here, but
great.
You know, I would rather have those dates than go, yeah, when's your day?
I love it. It's awesome. Yeah. Preparation is key.
I just want to talk to is all it is.
I know. I love it. It's great.
About me too. Okay. So we're going to have to come see you as soon as we can get the RV back on the road and get out. We're just going to drive to come see you. And
I love that. As long as I get to come on the RV for a little. Like,
absolutely. Like come and do a show. Like we could put the canopy out and have a party, like
something.
Cornhole bonfire. We're going to do it.
Okay. We definitely have to do that. Yeah.
We'll be up there. Are you in Ohio or are you in Tennessee? You're in Tennessee?
I'm in Ohio.
Oh, so you're only like 180 miles from us. You're either Nashville or Ohio. I think I'm going to Ohio today. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. I've probably kept you longer than I should have, but sorry.
Fine. We don't have a Zoom until 12. We have a Zoom call at 12:30. So you've been wonderful. It's been great.
Okay. And I've loved having you all here, and we will definitely do it again. We are going to get up. You got a challenge to work on.
I do. I got to find a B-side song and cover it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Joe, remind him of his homework.
And then give you props for it.
And then give me props. Yeah.
Okay.
I want all the credit.
Got it.
I'm giving you all virtual hugs because I can't do it in person, but there you go. I love you guys so much. Have a real dang good day.
You have a great weekend. It's Friday.
It is Friday. It is Friday.
All right.
All right.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys. Thank you guys.